Why it sucked to be a soldier in the trenches. You're awake before the sky has even begun to lighten. The chill in the air has made its way through your uniform. Your overcoat, once heavy with wool, is now heavier still with moisture, collected from the fog that always clings to these narrow wooden walls. The trench is still. For a few quiet moments, you can almost pretend it's just another cold morning, but then the smells return. The sharpness of gun oil, the damp rot of old sandbags, the ever-present scent of wet earth and unwashed bodies. There's a sourness to it, subtle but inescapable. Your feet ache before you even try to move them. They've been soaking in half-frozen sludge for hours again. You try to shift slightly, to avoid a deeper puddle, but there's nowhere dry, nowhere clean. Just mud, dark and thick, packed between the duckboards and swallowing anything you drop. You reach for your tin mug. The tea is cold, but still, you drink. The morning routine is quiet, boots laced as best they can be, rifles checked and wiped down. A glance to the parapet, just enough to confirm the day is still gray, and that nothing stirs on the other side of no man's land. Breakfast arrives in the form of hard biscuits, a lump of bully beef, and sometimes a smear of jam if supplies allowed. The biscuits are so dry, some men soak them in tea just to keep from breaking teeth. You eat slowly, not because it's good but because it gives you something to do. Then, you wait. Waiting is the real enemy in the trenches. It stretches minutes into hours, days into weeks. You wait for mail, you wait for rations, you wait for sleep that doesn't come easily, but mostly, you wait for orders. The dugout offers little comfort. It's cramped, built into the side of the trench wall, reinforced with timber and sandbags. In the winter, it drips. In the summer, it swelters. There's usually a thin blanket and a candle stub. If you're lucky, dry socks. If not, trench foot becomes a slow certainty. Occasionally, someone tells a joke. It's usually dark, but laughter, no matter how brittle, feels like resistance. At night, things shift. The trench becomes even more alive, with small movements. Sentries rotate in and out. A runner moves between sections. Occasionally, the sharp clink of a shovel echoes as someone repairs a collapsed wall or digs out a latrine. And then, the rats come. They're not afraid. They know this place as well as you do. Big ones. Some say the size of cats. They scurry across your blanket, steal crumbs, sometimes bite. They're drawn to food but also to something else, something no one talks about at length. There are corners of the trench that are never dry, never clean, and never empty. You don't speak of the fallen aloud. There isn't always time to bury properly. And when shells come random, roaring, and cruel, they leave behind reminders that this isn't just a place of endurance, it's a place of loss. But even that becomes part of the routine. You learn to step around things, not just puddles and rats but memories. You write letters in pencil on thin, creased paper. You ask for cigarettes. You ask about your sister. You mention the weather. You don't describe the lice, the smell, the ache. There's no point. The officers walk through now and then. Some nod, some don't. Some were in the same mud just a few years ago. Others aren't much older than you. A shell lands in the distance. No one ducks. You've learned to read the sound when it's close,